sunwheelmagic.com, thunderwizard.com. So, now I want to talk to you about the thunder god's connection with the planets of Mars and Jupiter. So, if you haven't already, please go back and watch the previous videos on this, because the thunder god in the Indo-European tradition is incredibly interesting. And what I'm finding out is, not only am I doing research into the original language and learning about the original Indo-European lore of the thunder deity, but I'm also finding out that what our ancestors intuitively knew through their spiritual practices, we're finding out is true in physics. So first let me talk to you about Thunor's connection to the other two planets. He's got a very close connection with Mars and with Jupiter. Now let's start with Jupiter first. Jupiter in our solar system has the largest magnetic field of any of the other planets by far in our solar system. It stretches out incredibly far. And Thunor is seen as, in the myths, he's seen as being enormous. He's seen as being incredibly huge. And in the Norse myths, he is half giant because he's son of the giantess Earth. So he's half god and half giant. And he has this connection to what we would consider to be magnetic fields. Now, in one of the Norse myths, there is a part where, and I won't get into it very deeply, but basically the myth speaks of how the planet Jupiter protects the Earth from meteorites and flying objects hitting the Earth. And in one of the myths, Thunor actually turns around and starts batting away things that are being hurled at him by one of the giants. And this is exactly what happens in the universe. So again, in the solar system. So again, this was our ancients coming to the intuitive understanding of what we now know to be true in terms of science. Thunar's connection to the planet Mars is obvious. He is the warrior. He's seen as the warrior. Among all of the deities, he is seen as the most powerful. And he is always off fighting the giants. While all the other gods are sitting around in Asgard having mead fests and parties, Thunor is out there fighting evil and fighting against the Thurses and the trolls and the giants and what have you. And I'll talk about it a little bit later, but this has to do with the force of electromagnetism constantly keeping that fine line between quantum mechanics, quantum physics, which happens at the subatomic level, and what we know as regular physics, which corresponds at the macrocosmic level, things like gravity and time and things like that. The thunder god acts as the barrier between those two, and that's why he's seen as the protector of Asgard, which would correspond with the subatomic level, and the protector of Midgard, which would be the human level or the macrocosmic level.